Hi everyone, Kieran here. Just going to show you something we've been working on for the past few weeks. It might be interesting for some people, especially people that like gear, but not drugs, not drugs, um, music gear. But I thought I'd just share with you how we've managed to build a sort of IEM playback rig for relatively cheap. So I'm just going to run through it with you now. So this is the system we're using at the minute. At the moment it's kind of in a sort of like a beta phase. These cables are going to have to change to XLRs on the other side because at the moment they're XLR to jack. But it's dead simple, to be fair, and there's not a lot to it. There's 1,000,001 videos about how to build IEM rigs, and basically the gist of it really is a splitter, a mixer, and then your IEM like transmitters and receivers. So here we've got the splitter. These are the sends from the laptop, which sends the stuff. Then for receivers at the minute I'm using this here. So these are the IEM transmitter and receiver pack. It's not like your normal really expensive £1,000,000 Shure one. These are £150 from various anywhere music shops. It's literally a transmitter and a receiver. The box itself is kind of like AirPods sort of box. Charge the box and it charges the units. They work on 5.8 gigahertz internet, which is a lot better than some 2.5 systems that you might see around. That's quite a crowded frequency at the minute, so you're lessening your chance of dropouts. And this just plugs into the auxiliary output on the back of the mixer, and then this just clips on your belt. And I've got some like £50 Stag in-ear monitors, which sound all right. They sound pretty good for what I need them to do. Don't need anything fancy. No point in spending loads and loads of money on stuff when you can't really afford it. So just want to talk a little bit more about the X32. These were like £1,000 a year or so ago, and then for some reason, I think it's because Behringer released a new like digital mixer, the prices have plummeted now. And in my experience, Facebook Marketplace is your best friend for stuff like that. Most of this stuff is Facebook Marketplace. Barter with people and get things cheaper, and yeah, you'll have a hell of a better time. You can probably build all of this for what, less than £500 really, if you're lucky. I mean, that's like 50 quid, some cables. I'm guessing most people already have a laptop. The way we're using this at the minute is, you'll see in some setups they use an audio interface from the laptop and then the audio interface into the mixer. We're using the mixer as a built-in audio interface, so we're using that, and I've just changed the routing on the mixer so it sends signals out the mixer, and then that's what these are here. These come out the back of the mixer from the laptop into the audio interface of the mixer, out of the mixer into the splitter, and then back into the mixer. This just basically saved what, like £200-300 on another blooming audio interface. I mean, I've got one there, but I kind of want to keep that there for my computer and not be hauling it around with this. So that it also helps us keep it really small. Also, at the back of the splitter is a snake. This is an 8-channel snake because we only have 8 splits. Oh, yeah, there's only 8 channels on the splitter, so that's all we need. That's everything for us. Drum mic wise, because people like to hear drums on their in-ears, I think we're going to be using again Facebook Marketplace probably in the future once we've tried it out as it is. It's just a cheap overhead mic, and then we've got a kick trigger as well, so that should give us all we need to pretty much hear everything. Now I'm just going to take you over some of the routing options. So here I am on the desktop of the Mac. Let's just load up X32. Edit at the minute. I've not got it connected, but you can pretty much see everything here. So I've deleted away all the channels we don't need. Click bass booms, backing tracks, back vocals, my guitar, Jack's guitar, Alex vocals. So let me just put this back to the main. So for the drummer, we use the main output, which is the headphone output on the back. It was a bit of a mind fuck really to get this, to figure out how to work this at first, but after a few hours I kind of got the hang of it. So if you look at the routing, if I go on card, see we've got the aux outputs are outputs 1 to 8 on the card. So when I go into Ableton Live or whatever program you use, Reaper, Logic, whatever, you set the outputs for your channels on your DAW 1 to 8. Of course, that's 1 to 6 there because we're not using 8 outputs, but same idea applies. And then if we go to our which one is it? Outputs. So here we've got output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as the IEM outputs. They're assigned to mix buses. So mix buses, as far as I'm aware at the minute, for this very brief overview of these things here. So right now I'm clicked on this, main left and right. That's technically the drummer one. If I click on this, C IEM, so that'd be mine. This is me messing around with them. We've got a main volume here, and then click bass boom, back tracks, backing vocals, and you can adjust them for each person. So Jack, nothing's on Jack's. Monty's, nothing's on Monty's. Alex, nothing's on Alex. Because we haven't had a proper dry test run of this yet, I've only messed with mine and the drummer one, which is this one here. So yeah, if you want a more in-depth setup video, this is quite a brief thing. Quite brief, really. I'm only doing this a quick video, really. If you want a more in-depth video where I can take you through all the setup from nothing to everything, the programs we use, etc., just let me know and I'll try and put something together. But yeah, that's all the laptop shite. So yeah, that's the system as it stands now. It'll probably go through several different rearrange sort arounds. I've already mentioned these need changing on the other side. If I take you around the other side, obviously you can see it's just sat on a chair at a minute, but we've used up all the auxiliary outputs for the outputs on the channels. But since our IEM transmitters are jacks, I'm looking to change these to XLRs and use these monitor outputs. So that means I'll just have to tick a different box on the outputs that I've shown you on the routing page. So yeah, it's actually quite straightforward, and especially with the price of things now and the fact that you can get the NUIX IEMs for dirt cheap, it's become a lot more affordable than it used to. So I hope you enjoyed this. Yeah.